Welcome back to a special one-hour debate of 5 Democrats who want to succeed Ed Markey in Congress. The special primary election for Democrats and Republicans is next Tuesday, October 15th. Sheriff Koutoujian, you were up next. All 5 of you said you would have voted no on military intervention in Syria. Since that vote did not happen, negotiations have been begun to get rid of chemical weapons. Let's assume they fall apart or Syria reneges on their commitments. Would you support military intervention then? And if not, would you ever support it as relates to Syria?
Well, the reason I didn't support it in the first place, Jim, it was very difficult for me. I'm a grandchild of Armenian Genocide survivors, and everything in my being wanted to go there and protect those people because I know what happened to my people. But when I really considered it in line with the failure of the lack of support of the larger international community and the failure of a long-term vision, not just for entrance but for exit with regard to Syria, really made me realize that, in speaking with people around the district, of course, that we can't go in there. And I haven't seen much that has changed about the larger unilateral support of the international community. I haven't seen much change as far as our vision. So unless those change, I'm still a no on Syria.
Even if Syria reneges?
Unless we have those other two things in place, it's a no on Syria.
I want to seize on something that Sheriff Koutoujian mentioned about the Armenian Genocide. Bill Clinton said it was a personal failure and his greatest regret from his presidency that he did not intervene in Rwanda and potentially save hundreds of thousands of lives. Would any of you, I'm not going to go down the whole line, would any of you support military intervention if you believed it would prevent a genocide? Anybody? Senator Spilka, 3 of you?
Absolutely.
What's the criterion?
If we could build international cooperation as well. In the Holocaust, which was very difficult for me, I'm Jewish, I lost a lot of family. My father was at Buchenwald in the army when it was liberated and took pictures. And I believe that was more difficult as it was leading up. We have social media now, we have global communications, we know what's happening around the world. We should, if something like that happens, we should be building up and working really hard on building international support so that all of the countries go in together.
Even if there's no national, you all shook your head affirmatively, even if there's no national security interest of the United States that has been declared.
Jim, genocide is an offense against humanity, and we all have to have a stake in that game. And so the question is, if you have that support of the larger international community and you have a long-term vision, you should go and prevent genocide. Listen, my people, Karen's people, suffered because the world stood by while a genocide was occurring. And when I think back to Darfur and the Sudan, I know that we should have gotten involved in that if we had those two.
Yes, quickly.
That is a national security threat then when it gets to that point.